Hi, and a very good evening to all our viewers. I welcome you to a new episode of EduNation TV powered by the Global School Awards. We'll just be connecting with our today's candidate for the live session. So just give me a few seconds before we start in the session for him to join in. Just give me a few seconds. Hi, good evening, sir. How are you?
Hello, David.
Hi, sir. How are you? Sir, am I
Fine,
audible to you?
David. Fine. Just tell me.
Okay, so today we have connected with Dr. Manoj Kumar
Yeah,
Katwal. He's
completely
the
audible.
head He's the head of institute and professor in pharmacy at Rehat Bahra Institute of Pharmacy in Punjab. So, sir, I'll just give an introduction to the topic, which is pharmaceutical education production. Is pharmaceutical education and production a boon for India? So, it will be a phased discussion on various points, beginning from the first one, that is the current scenario of pharmaceutical industry. Second, we will be including the list of some statistical figures in the pharmaceutical industry. And then we'll be talking about the scope for students in pharmacy. And the fourth point will be discussion on research related to the pharmaceutical sector. And then we'll be talking about the investment in healthcare. And sixth and the last point is the most debatable topic today, that is the road to vaccine for COVID-19 and repurposing of drugs. So beginning with the first point of discussion, that is the current scenario of pharmacy, we start on with a very positive data, that is in the month of April and May 2020 during the lockdown. The Indian pharmaceutical industry has exported with a positive growth rate of 17%, and this shows the strength of industry we are into. So I would just like Dr. Manoj to put some light onto the current situation of the pharmaceutical industry.
Okay. Hello, viewers. Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal, Adab. May Dr. Manoj Katwal. I welcome you all to this live session. Is there? I just hope I am audible to all of you.
Yes, sir, you are
Okay.
completely audible.
Okay.
Go
I
ahead.
will tell you. When telling about the pharmacy, really, when telling about the pharmacy, I feel myself proud because first of all, I am a pharmacist. No doubt I completed my diploma, degree, M.Pharma, MBA, and PhD in pharmaceutical science. Till yet, this is a one type of area which is very, you can call very close to my heart. Okay, the pharmacy, as Uday Viraj told, the pharmacy profession, the current growth. If we talk about the current growth will be there, yes. The pharmacy sector has now come all the leap and bounds to the highest rate of growth will be there. It's the highest 9.8. You can call the rate of growth is there in pharmaceutical sector, in other sector will be there. And the GDP of
Right.
pharmaceutical sector is increasing. That is the one very positive aspect will be there. But very sorry to say, the pharmacists are not able to recognize, but they deserve to get be recognized. That is, you can call one type of very heart breaking. If we tell to somebody about pharmacy, but the first question comes in mind, the pharmacy means, oh, they are only simply telling the medicines. That's it. But who are they preparing the pharmaceutical? Who are preparing this type of life-saving items? That is the most important part. That is the typical topic of discussions. In particularly in pharmaceutical of India, in the COVID-19 era, India has exported 13.69 billion crores 13.69 billion US dollars. That will approximately 10 lakh crores of rupees pharmaceutical in the field of, you can call paracetamol, in the field of simple pharmaceutical drugs are there. How it will be possible? It is only possible due to the dedication of the pharmacist. Lockdown was there, everybody in the lockdown, everybody was CF, they are under, you can call, in their home, but who are working at, you can call, day and night. These are the pharmacists. These are the, you can call, very integral part of any healthcare systems which are going to work day and night to save the lives of the human being. But
So
the
I'll just put
respect
on
for them.
Yeah, so I'll just put on light to the situation what Dr. Manoj is trying to portray us. He's trying to say, what he's trying to let us know is that India has supplied hydrochloroquine tablets to 62 countries across the world.
Yes.
And in this
Yes.
and besides all the controversies going around this drug, it has been the hydrochloroquine drug has said to be very useful by the Indian Council of Medical Research. Right? Am I right, sir?
Yes. Very right.
So along with talking about the current scenario, now we move on to the second point of discussion today, that is the scope for students in pharmacy. I'll just give a brief and then move on with sir to introduce to the entire scope what students can study into and what are the future prospects for that. So today's students are future prospects of pharmacy who will be leading this industry in few years from now, and for them there is scope in entrepreneurship, jobs and professional activities. So it all depends what and how you are and how you want to continue in this field. So I just want sir to put a light onto the scope for students and the future perspectives for students in pharmaceutical industry, be it in the sector of jobs, be it entrepreneurship, starting their own startups. What would you like to say, sir?
According to me, now you can call it pharmacy career one type of golden career. Why I'm calling it golden? Golden means having the multi-purpose and very precious. If you tell about the pharmaceutical career is there will be the multiple options are there. You can go for the other one. Other sectors are having, no doubt, other careers are having multiple scope. But pharmacy is a multiple scopes are there, approximately more than 100 scopes are there. Nothing like that. That only the mindset has to be changed. That pharmacists are only preparing or selling the medications. No, you can't be go. You can be go for the research work. You can go for the academic part. You can go for the pharmacovigilance. Very new and innovative. You can call having the sector has come for the pharmacovigilance. Right. If I take the example of now COVID era, you can see maximum pharmaceuticals are invented and getting, you can call research by the industry, but not able to come to the people, because unless it has to pass through 4 phases of clinical trials, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 and phase 4, it will be not able to give. A single person should not have any complication. The safety, efficacy and purity of a drug is most important, and that will be countered by a pharmacovigilance people. You can see lots of research centers are providing. New pharmacies are coming day by day, but they are not active only due to, you can call it, they are not safe till yet. It is under trial. That is the thing will be there. Don't underestimate any pharmacist. Just think they are our lifesavers. They can save the life of the whole world. They are very, very hardworking. I will must say. I'm not praising any pharmacy sector, but really it will be very hard. So you can call it very hardworking part.
Okay, sir, I'll just put a light onto what you're saying. Sir is saying that pharmaceutical industry is very important for the students because they are serving at life-saving levels for people across the world. So how is pharmaceutical industry is life-saving for the people? I'll just put on light to this through some statistical figures that how it is life-saving. Life-saving how is that 1 in every 5 pills sold worldwide originates in India, and 1 in every 3 vaccine sold worldwide originates in India. So, Dr. Manoj, what is your say about this statistics? Or would you like to quote any statistics here on your own end?
Yes. I will tell you, India is the only first country. India is the only first country which is called the third world of pharmaceutical industry. Third world. That means out of every 5, as Mr. Udaviraj told, out of every 5 pharmaceuticals available in the market, 1 is prepared in India. Every 5 tablets, 1 tablet is prepared in India. India is the most cheapest and affordable pharmaceutical producer in whole globe. Not only India, whole globe will be there. Every country, there are approximately 197 countries are there. Everybody nowadays is looking at India. That Indians will prepare the pharmaceuticals, and the same thing will be available in our country. Whatever the drug may be, it may be paracetamol, it may be hydrochloroquine, it may be azithromycin, because India is preparing the affordable. If you take the example of the Middle East countries, if you take the example of the, you can call the financially weaker countries are there. That is called the not underdeveloped country, Uganda, Ghana, Nigeria, Ethiopia. They are depending wholly and solely on India for their health sector. So we feel ourselves proud that India is able to save the life of crores of people will be there. Approximately 8 billion people are there. Out of 8 billion, that means approximately 3 to 3.0 billion people are dependent on India in the pharmaceutical sector to save their lives. It is a big proud, and I just hope that we the feel
Right.
ourselves, you can call it the stakeholders for the whole world.
अब सर मैं नेक्स्ट पॉइंट पे जाऊंगा कि फार्मास्यूटिकल इंडस्ट्री या मेडिसिन हमारे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है, बिल्कुल सही बात है, इंपॉर्टेंट है, पर उनको बनाने के लिए, उनकी यूज में लाने के लिए रिसर्च सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है। तो हमारा फोर्थ पॉइंट ऑफ डिस्कशन है रिसर्च, in which if you see in last 20 years we hardly have had any researches on anti-infectants. Most of the researches, जितनी भी researches हो रही हैं ज्यादातर वेस्ट countries, western countries में होती है। Most of the researches were done in the western side of the world where they never had a risk of infection, and therefore most of the researches were done in chronic segment, that is for cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, psychiatric problems, and very little research was done on infectious diseases. So my question here is, what are your views, Dr. Manoj, that there should be more research on infectious diseases than the chronic segment, which has been currently going on through the last years? Should we move on to more research on infectious diseases in the upcoming years, so as to counter a problem like the COVID-19, which we're currently going? There is some problem from Dr. Manoj's end in connection. We're just waiting for we're just waiting for Dr. Manoj to connect again with us. There is actually some problem in connection from his end.